know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans.
Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
So before the interview started, we were talking about I cannot stand ash. So Glynn goes, he said, I knew something told me. I'm telling you, if I looked over and I saw some ash and knuckles, I'd been like, hold up. Get that bottle out of my bag right now.
My wife won't let, she knew I was coming on the interview. Next thing I know, there was a travel bottle of Nivea.
Hey, dog.
Sitting right on the dresser. Okay, I got the message.
Bro.
Yeah, I am. Okay, is this good? Can I go?
You good.
Can I go now?
Yeah, go ahead. Can you write? We call them ash check. It's an ash.
Not ass check.
Not an ass check. An ash check.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
You can't.
I'm
look. My nieces, my wife. Right. I don't care what y'all wearing. I'm gonna look at them elbows, ankles, and hands.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it. Oh,
Doc, how you doing?
I'm good, baby. I'm good. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're looking good as always.
You know, I'm just,
y'all don't understand.
Like, you looking clean.
This is how he comes to the golf course. He's dressed like this on the golf course.
You know what they say? Look, you can play well or look well. I prefer to play well and look well.
Okay.
See, I'm trying to hurt your feelings with the final score and the outfit.
And the outfit.
Right. In fact, I don't even like, it's so funny, y'all. So Glynn sitting in one of these tennis shoes. I hate tennis shoe, golf shoes.
Right.
You want to look like tennis shoes?
Look like tennis shoes.
I prefer the old school classic. I mean, where they
leather shoe.
Where they look
with
like
a cleat.
Look like dress. I do. It's just something, and it's hard to find them.
I know
it's hard to find
nowadays.
them because there's something about. I'm telling you, I'm sitting there watching you, and you got the hat. You know, you got the suit. But I was like, Glynn, I can't wear tennis shoes with a suit.
Well, this ain't just any tennis shoe.
Tell you something. Them tennis shoes. See, y'all try to be all new school.
This just ain't any tennis shoe.
What is that?
Now, come on now.
What's that?
Come on now. You know what this is.
What's that?
Come on now. No, if I say it, I got to get paid.
What's that? Let me tell you what that look like.
If I say it,
Let me tell you what that look like. Look like a blue ass tennis shoe. That look like a blue ass tennis shoe.
Well, see, there you go already. You got just saying blue.
See,
lets everybody know what kind of shoe this is.
See right there. See
right there. Am I right?
See that? See, this reminds me of the movie Strictly Business.
That's it.
Reminds me of the movie Strictly Business when what's his name? Joseph Phillips was going to the club and Tommy Davis said, "Hey, what you got on?" He said, "This is a Brooks Brothers suit." He said, "Well, you would have put that shit on the outside. It looked like a gray ass suit to me."
Tommy ain't got no sense.
See, I'm telling you, I can't. I am incapable of wearing athletic shoes with a suit.
That's how I am with a baseball cap and a suit. I'm the same way. I can't wear a baseball cap with a suit. That's very hard for me.
I just think that I think so much of that goes back to how we grew up. So you grew up
East Coast. I'm New York.
See, you can't.
That's right.
You can't come in here looking crazy.
No,
see, that's the thing I explain about black people. We may not grow up with a lot of money, but we gonna look clean.
For sure.
That was something. What was for you? Was that?
Oh yeah.
Family and friends. You didn't play.
Hey, I was ironing my clothes at 9 and 10 years old.
Starch.
That's it. Yeah, are you kidding?
Hold up, and you.
Argo.
Come on, see, everybody don't understand creases.
See what I'm saying?
See,
Don't know how to line it up.
no.
Got to know how to line it up. I was doing that at 9 and 10 years
And then if you didn't line it up right, we gonna iron out the crease that the
with the
old
water,
crease.
with the water, you got to hit them.
Come on,
You got to hit it with that water.
See, see right there.
What was that? What move was that? Y'all know that move.
See, that's why it's hard for me.
Yeah.
Mark Lamont Hill hit me. He said, Roland, man, have you ever just gone out? He said, jeans and a t-shirt. I said, hell no. I said, bro, I said, man, that hurts my sensibility.
But you see, there's a difference between me and you. My most comfortable attire is one of the reasons I moved to California.
Right.
Is because I love just wearing jeans and a t-shirt. I'm that simple.
I'm telling you, if you ever see me in jeans, that will be cowboy boots on.
Well, you see me with them cowboy boots on.
Oh yeah,
You know that.
Yeah, we know that.
I don't have to go there on that.
Right, we know that.
But that's my most comfortable attire. Jeans and a t-shirt.
I took some meetings out here. This was several years ago. And they all looking at me because I'm suit, tie.
Yeah.
We got the pocket square.
Yeah,
we got the color socks, shoes, polished.
That's you.
They got jeans, t-shirts on, and they
That was here in California.
every meeting.
Yeah,
Every meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, and they looking at me like, y'all dressed up. I'm looking at them going, this ain't dressed up. Dressed up. I ain't got a hat.
Right.
This ain't dressed up.
You didn't have a tie? Did you have a tie?
No, I had a tie.
You had a tie?
But it wasn't like.
You didn't have the bar. You didn't have a tie.
Right.
Bar.
See, I didn't even put on the. I just had the eye watch.
Yeah, see, yeah.
I didn't even put on the dress watch.
Right. I understand. I see.
There's somebody watching right now ain't got no idea what the hell we talking about. They don't know nothing about no dress watch.
That's right.
They got no.
That's right.
What two things do really, Glenn, irk me, and being from New York, I wanted this irks you. When you see a dude with some unpolished shoes.
Oh no. No, I don't care if you got on jeans. I don't care what you got on. You can wear short pants. I don't care, but you got to have polished shoes. Your shoes have to be polished. I used to polish shoes for a living. I was a shoe shine boy.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't. I bet cats walk up and you looking like. Scuff marks.
Right.
That's
right. Like what?
You didn't see them scuff marks when you put them shoes on?
What?
I'm telling you, the other one for me is
What was it?
I cannot handle unhemmed ass pants and sleeves. I was in Chicago. I was in New York. We were walking down the street, and these young brothers came my way. Let me holler at y'all. Because see, I will give you leeway if you under 18, because you're still growing. Okay, so we all know, mom and dad are gonna buy you that extra large ass suit so you can grow into that suit. Right. I said, I get it. I said, let me holler at y'all. I said, man, how old are you? But he was 20. I said, bro, that's too much cloth at the bottom of you. I said, I need you either have a cuff or I said, you got to get them things hemmed. And then the sleeve, if that sleeve hit the middle of your palm,
wrong.
You need to be slapped. I can't. Sorry. I would tell people.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna try this on it.
Okay.
Have you ever been shopping and you saw a brother about to buy an absolute whack outfit, and did you prevent him from? Did you say, brother, let me holler at you? You ever did that one, Glenn?
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Are you sick?
No, I have not. No, I have not.
But you seen somebody about to buy something
that I wouldn't buy,
and you out of sense of brotherly love did not intervene.
No, it's just that, to each his own. I wouldn't do that.
I can't do that, Glenn.
You got to intervene.
Glenn, I can't do that. I can't do that, Glenn. I can't.
It's to each his own.
Glenn, I can't.
Maybe he sees something I don't see.
As a black public service, I cannot do. I'm telling you. I was in the store, and the woman was a clerk, and this brother, and I said, I was sitting, I'm trying to shop, and I'm trying to avoid my peripheral, and I was kind of like, shit don't go together. And I was like, and I'm trying to buy this tie, and I'm like, say, bro, let me I can't let you walk out the store with that.
No, you just can't. Get your eyes.
I said, I can't. I said, I can't. I said, look, she don't know what she's doing. I said, she just trying to get this safe. I said, I can't do this.
But your best, she ain't looking out for your best.
I said, I can't. I said, I can't have a bunch of women out there laughing at you when they see you walking to the church. I said, I can't.
Can't do it.
I said, bro, that don't go together.
Yeah.
I completely, I said, I need you to get rid of that. I need you to get rid of that.
Oh, no.
I said, this shirt, this tie, this jacket, pocket square.
Bro, did he do it?
Oh, hell yeah, he did.
He did?
He was a brother.
Uh-huh.
We had Nordstrom's. White guy. I got a problem when women shop for men, which means that man ain't been trained right. And so we're in Nordstrom, and this dude probably, he was in his like his 30s or something. His mama. I'm like, your mama shopping for you? I'm trying to mind my business.
See.
And I overhear the conversation. And so, this is what you hear. I didn't mean for it to like get projected.
Right? But he was thinking.
But I was watching, and I went. And he heard it. He said, he said, what do you think? I said, He said, don't get that.
Don't do that.
And he's like, really? He's like, well, my mom. I said, let me ask you a question. Your mama ever make any men's best dress list? He says, no. I said, I have. Put that shit down. You need to get that.
See.
I said, but don't walk out there with that damn outfit right there. I said, I don't care what your mama say. That does not look good. Like, oh, man, she overheard. She bought the look on. She was hot. I was like, don't listen to your mama. Get buy that tie. I'm telling you right now. I just couldn't. But here, I can't. Hey.
Well, you see, you are one of our major custodians of style. That just comes with being who you are. Everybody expects that of you. You see what I'm saying? Now, I might have got cussed out. See, but nobody gonna cuss you out because you know what you're talking about. I need help. I ain't gonna lie. Every once in a while, my wife will say, no.
Oh, no.
No, don't go out there with
really?
that. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, every once in a while.
My wife got.
No, she is.
My wife has absolutely zero input.
No. And I appreciate the help. I appreciate the help.
I can't. In fact, she comes to me. We went on a cruise, true story. I know y'all probably like, when they gonna get to Glenn's career? We gonna get there. But he can't come in here looking all clean and everything. Glenn, straight up, we shopping, so we go on a cruise. So we sitting in the store. Doc, now, this is me.
Yeah.
She trying clothes out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
So the sales clerk, she come over here with some stuff. I said, I'm sorry. Did I ask you to pick out anything? No. Your job is to take back what we don't get. I don't need your help with any clothing selection. I said, my daddy had me, my brother, and my sister go to the store and purchase clothes for my mama for Mother's Day and her birthday. I said, I was raised on patterns, colors. I said, on what looks good. I don't need your help. I need you to take that stack back. We keeping those outfits. Yeah, now that outfit look good. Go ahead.
That one, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wife ain't saying nothing. She's like, I'm like, baby, I don't need your help. I just need to go on. I take that stuff.
That's it.
Because they think we don't know what we doing. Because they run up on way too many men who walk in the store. You look good. Cause see, I had a black man who was like, son. He wouldn't let me walk. He wouldn't let me walk out the house when it was in style where you had penny loafers and no socks. He said, no, your ass ain't walk out the house with no socks on.
No, you got to put socks on.
So we put the socks on and we took them off. We got in the car. We went, but he was like, your ass ain't walk out the damn house with no socks on. Oh, and a belt. Dog, we literally had a sock check, a belt check. He looked over the whole lot. Yeah, we can go to church now.
Oh yeah.
See, so that's
hey, that's in your DNA.
That's how I was raised. And Glynn, one of the greatest moments ever in my life was taking my dad shopping for Father's Day. The role reversed. I picked everything out. We in the store. And so I was like, yeah, he's like, oh, the blazer good. I said, blazer look good. Okay, this combination shirt. So the sales dude, I said, I need you to go get that tie off that mannequin across. He said, that's not gonna match. I said, I did not ask your opinion. I said, go get that tie. So he brings it back. I put it with the shirt. I said, do you see how that color in the stripe in the jacket, it got pulled out? I see, your ass didn't see that. I did. So so here's my daddy standing there watching me put the jacket, the shirt, the tie, the pocket square, and the cufflinks together. And he looking like a proud dad, like, that's exactly what I was doing. See? So he saw the fruits of his labor.
That's beautiful, baby.
It was too much fun.
Well, that's what I said, baby. You the man. We in your wheelhouse.
Hey y'all, welcome to The Other Side of Change, only on the Black Star Network and hosted by myself, Rhea Baker, and my good sis, Jamira Burley. We are just two millennial women tackling everything at the intersection of politics, gender, and pop culture.
And we don't just settle for commentary. This is about solution-driven dialogue to get us to the world as it could be and not just as it is.
Watch us on the Black Star Network, so tune in to The Other Side of Change.
How in the world you go from New York to being the 21st century Bill Pickett? Really? You ain't like you grew up in Birmingham, somewhere in Georgia.
No.
I was talking to somebody, said, man, they said the cowboy. They said, all the Hollywood cowboys, Glynn. I said, Glynn has from New York City.
Harlem, New York City.
Harlem. Ain't no manure nowhere in Harlem. How that happen?
Well, hey, baby, you know, the short answer is because I wanted to. You know, I wanted to be a cowboy, you know, ever since I was knee-high, you know. And I used to play hooky, go to the stables down there on 60-something Street in Central Park, right off of Central Park, and shovel manure. And the man would let me ride his horse. I clean up them stalls. And I just always wanted to know, hey, I'm gonna fast forward. You're a lucky man, you grew up with your father who instilled a lot of stuff in you. I didn't know my father coming up. Later, I got to know my father after I became a young man, 19, 20. And started learning about that side of the family, his side of the family. Come to find out, his father, my grandfather, who I never met, had horses and land, property.
So that was in your DNA.
It was in my DNA. He was a man from Georgia. The family, the land is still in the family. And it was in my DNA because, as you know, I've got the ranch and horses and all that, but I did all that before I knew that family tree line. So it all came kind of natural.
What is it about, both of us love golf. We played together. Y'all gonna laugh. I had the music going. Glynn was like, we gotta turn that music down. Cause I can't have soft music. No.
Yeah, well, no, well, yeah,
See,
but
if there's a volume limit on the speaker.
You got everybody out there like this. over the ball.
Come on, but golf is rhythm. Come on now, come on, it's rhythm.
But at some point, you got to focus on. You can't be listening to
Oh,
Luther.
yes, you can. Because it's all about, first of all, it's also, you know, see, part of the problem, this right here is part of the problem with the golfers. They sit there, you know, they're like, you know, they're all rigid and everything, and they want to dress. See, we got to, you know, see, it's a whole different.
The whole thing. It is the whole thing. You're right.
It's a whole.
So even if you don't make the shot, you look good.
Right, I mean, you know,
it makes sense. You know how we roll.
This is how we approach the ball. So you know, you got to have a little. You got to have a little something with that. See, so you know, if Frankie Beverly Mays playing or the OJs, right. I mean, it's a little hard to do all that without the music playing.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right about it.
So what is it about the outdoors? So when you are, so what is it about it when you're riding, when you're out there? How does that make you feel?
Oh man, that's the greatest feeling. I was just up in the hills in the mountains yesterday. I just came down because I had this interview with you. If it wasn't for this interview with you, I'd still be in the hills. My son and I took a ride yesterday. Dad, I found a new trail. I want to show it to you. I said, saddle them up. Let's go. And we hit the high country and just had a great time yesterday.
See, I have not ridden in years. I met a sister, Cedric Taylor's Glynn Turman. She owns a riding academy.
Oh yeah.
And we talked. I said I have not ridden in years.
Well, come on, man. But you just come in, do the thing, and then cut out. I'm trying to get you to spend some time, man. Spend some time. Let me grab you and take you on up to the ranch, man. Put you on a horse. Okay, we'll you up into the mountains there where you can see.
We'll do that. We'll absolutely do that next time because I'm back. No, we'll absolutely do that. See, I'll put on a day, I'll put on an extra day.
Yeah, okay, but here's what you're gonna have to do though. You know you're gonna have to wear some jeans.
But I told you that ain't a problem.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna have cowboy boots.
All right, as long as you're up there, you ain't up there in that seersucker suit.
Then again, I can wear some boots with a seersucker and still be clean riding that horse now.
Can't take you nowhere. You don't know how to act.
I mean, because that might have to be a picture on that horse now. So, it's gonna be the first time they say the first Negro in a seersucker pair of pants and some cowboy boots on top of a horse. I mean, look.
If you want to rock it, it's you, baby.
But I'll do it because I got about 15 pair of cowboy boots now. I'm native Texan now.
All right, yeah, because you're from Houston, right?
Born and raised.
Yeah, all right.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
All right.
So how did you? So here you are. You're in Harlem, and then this love affair with horses. Where acting come from? Where did this? What happened?
Acting came to me through a relationship my mother had with a wonderful, talented woman by the name of Lorraine Hansberry.
Your mother knew her?
Yes. Lorraine Hansberry wrote A Raisin in the Sun. Mm-hmm. And we had moved from Harlem to Greenwich Village in the 50s. And that's where she met Lorraine Hansberry and James Baldwin and Miles Davis and all.
What'd your mother do?
My mother, she was a postal worker. She worked in the post office. She was
so she wasn't in the art. She wasn't in any of that.
She wasn't. But I think she always liked that world. I think if she could have realized some of her dreams, instead of having to feed me, that she might have dabbled in that. But she didn't.
So she crossed paths with these.
And she crossed paths with these people because the village at that time, Greenwich Village at that time, was a icon for very intellectual and very artistic people, And so her friends were of that ilk, And so that's where I got to know all of these people. I mean, these people were in our small apartment. The apartment wasn't any.
Wow.
Wasn't, there's nothing in here small enough to demonstrate how small my
apartment. Look around like, I can't even give y'all an example.
No.
Maybe that patio right there?
No, that's too big. I'm trying to tell you, you think I'm kidding. But that small space, some of the most brilliant minds of our time crowded that small space and was there in intellectual conversation that I was privy to as a kid, but, of course, paid no attention to because all I wanted was for one of them, Uncle James Baldwin, Uncle James, give me a quarter because the ice cream man is downstairs. I want to go get a quarter, I want some ice cream. Here, Glenn, here, go get, that kind of thing. So that's all I was interested in. I didn't know that these minds were that.
Right, it was like, Uncle James Baldwin.
Yeah.
James Baldwin.
Right, you see what I'm saying?
Lorraine
Hansberry, And so when Miss Hansberry wrote this play, she told my mother that there was a role for a little boy in it, and would I be interested in auditioning? And my whole thing was, well, I don't know if I want to do it because is it Saturday? And I got a baseball game Saturday. If this is gonna mess up my baseball.
Hold on. Let me hold up. Let me. So the Lorraine Hansberry writes A Raisin in the Sun.
Right.
This iconic play. She asked your mama, I got a role for a little boy. The little Glynn want to do it. And your ass talking about, this gonna get away at the baseball game? What your mama say?
You out your mind, No, I know that's what she wanted to do.
Right.
But no, it wasn't like that. First of all, I had to audition. And I didn't know what an audition was. So she worked with me on the road. My mother and I, we rehearsed in that little square space and went up to audition. And when I got there, I saw all these other little colored boys sitting in the hallway, and I couldn't figure out what they was doing there.
Because
because there's only one little boy in the play. I read it. That's me. So
you like the job, man. What y'all here for?
Yeah, what y'all here for? And so I didn't know until afterwards that everybody was trying to get that part.
Wow.
And
got it.
I got it.
Because you got an inside track.
Well, I had an inside track.
Lorraine sitting at your little box.
Absolutely, because it ain't who you know, it's who knows you. But the other thing was, I was never nervous because I wasn't
You had no
aware.
expectations.
I had no.
You just like, all right, you want me to read a sheet of paper?
Yeah,
Okay.
So, and I didn't give it a second thought. I wasn't afraid of the competition because I didn't know I had competition. I assumed the part was mine, and that I found out is one of the keys to auditioning, is assuming the part is yours.
Wow.
Claiming it. It's what we do in church. You claim it. You claim the miracle, So that's what I did and got it and went on the road and worked with Sidney Poitier and Ruby Dee and Lou Gossett, Diana Sands, and some of the greatest people in the business.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.
One of the great things about the business, people always talk about, you know, the fame and the glory and all that kind of stuff. But that's secondary to some of the other things of like who you get to meet.
That's right.
In this business.
That's right.
Where you get to go as a result of this business. You know, like meeting you and meeting, you know, Lorraine Hansberry or Diana Sands or Ruby Dee or Sidney Poitier. I met Dorothy Dandridge, you know, and Pearl Bailey, you know, and some of the greatest people that you ever met. Sammy Davis Jr., you know. Now, these are names that maybe some of your viewers don't even remember, you know.
But we're talking about iconic people.
But these are iconic people.
And you're remembering just the conversations, just the fun, just not the work, but just the stuff that's
off screen.
Yeah.
So my character's name in the play was Travis. And I hated that name in the play. If you all remember Raising the Sun, if any of you students, acting students have done, you know the character, the little boy's name is Travis. I thought that was the corniest name. I don't know why Miss Hansberry.
You said I ain't never met no black Travis.
I ain't never met no black Travis. That's exactly what I said. That's exactly. So I couldn't stand the name. So we doing the play, we rehearsing. And we all break for lunch. We go to lunch, and I'm hanging with the adults. And Sidney and Sidney Poitier, Ruby Dee, I think Ivan Dixon, and maybe it was Diana Sands. We all go up to a restaurant to have lunch. It's a loud restaurant, very loud. And all of a sudden, this restaurant gets deathly quiet. Just a hush comes over the room. And we stop and we look around, wonder why it's gone so quiet. And then all of a sudden, Sidney looks over and he stands up. And he holds his arms out, and this gorgeous woman walks across the room, right into Sidney's arms. Darling, darling, oh, how are you? Oh, it's great. And the whole place is just like mesmerized, and it's Dorothy Dandridge. And I'm only 12, but I'm like, you know, she's gorgeous.
Yes.
And so Ruby Dee starts introducing Ivan Dixon, Dorothy Dandridge, and it goes around. And this is our Travis. This is Glynn Turman. He's our Travis. And she embraces me and gives me a kiss on the forehead and says, "Hello, Travis." All of a sudden, that came the most beautiful name in the world. That was the greatest name, man. I think to this day, Travis is probably the greatest.
You ain't name your son Travis?
I'm gonna start to name my kids Travis. But that was, you know, it's times like that
right.
I remember to this day. That clear as a picture to me, you know, and some of the icons that I've had the great fortune of meeting.
Well, that's how it was when we talked when Cicely Tyson passed.
Mm-hmm.
When you told the story, and I cracked up laughing when you said, was it you tried to sing, and Cicely was like, "Don't do that." I hollered when you said, because you thought you would just.
Oh yeah, you couldn't tell me.
She went,
Don't do that. Don't that. Oh, it's hard to believe she's gone, man. Hard to believe. Some of the people that's moved on down the line, but to have known them, to spent the same space with them, has been a true blessing, you know.
How does it also feel when we talk about iconic, when we talk about moments in history, when we talk about, like, I don't care. If you had to name 5 iconic, cult, black classics.
Movies?
Cooley High's there. But then you also are connected to, in another generation, a historic cult classic, A Different World.
Different World, yeah.
So talk about that Cooley High being young Glynn Turman. And then a whole different generation with A Different World. And then now with people being able to repeat shows and it going over, and they're seeing over and again. And so now you sort of have this multi-generational impact.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know, the thing with Cooley High was Cooley wasn't my first movie. I think my first movie that I had a featured role in was 5 on the Black Hand Side. Cooley High was a giant step in my career. Because, and this is how I knew. Now, I grew up, like I said, from Harlem, grew up in the West Village, but my mother had 2 sisters. And one of them stayed in Harlem, and the other moved to the projects, the Smith projects down in lower Manhattan. So I spent equal time pretty much in these households. And so part of my raising was in the projects as well. And I had been in a couple of TV things and so on and so forth over the years. So the kids in the neighborhood and the projects, they kind of knew that I kind of dabbled in showbiz. But when Cooley High came out, that weekend, there was a commotion in the hallway. Now, you know, the projects, you can hear everything, you know, everything echoes. And we heard all this commotion in the hall. And my aunt said, "What is that noise? What are they rowdying? What's all that? Who's cutting up in the hallway?" Went to open the door, and the entire floor was jam-packed. People all up and down the hall, all down the stairs and everything. "Preach, preach, preach, we want your autograph." I said, "What y'all talking about? Jimmy, nigga, what you want?" "What you doing here?" All of a sudden, I had gone from this person they'd known, everybody knew me in the project, to this other person, to Preach, you know, and to Cooley High. All of a sudden, the whole dynamic of my existence had changed as a result of that one film.
What do you think it was?
Because it told their story.
Right.
You know, and they knew their story, and it wasn't a lie. And I was representing, and those of us in the movie was representing their story. And they were proud of the story that we were telling. Everybody was proud of that story. It was a story that we were glad for the rest of the world to get in on, so that the rest of the world could look at us in a different light, to know that we had, even if we were hustlers, you know, we still had mamas and daddies, you know, and little brothers, and, you know, our dreams and aspirations were filtered through even all of the negative things that we had to go through. That's why the dream of Lawrence Hilton Jacobs' character, Cochise, was so important, because we all had in our neighborhood some Cochise that we couldn't wait for him to make it, you know. I'll never forget going to Lou Alcindor's send-off party in the projects, another project uptown. Lou Alcindor, before he became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes, indeed.
We came up to his party and crowded that same hall just like that for his send-off party.
Wow.
Because he was going away to UCLA to represent all of us in the projects. You know, so that was the biggest thing that was going on. And we didn't even live in those projects.
He represented all projects.
He represented all the projects in the city, you know. It was the same kind of thing, you know. Go for us, do, we're behind you, you know, represent, you know. And I think that that's what Cooley did, you know, what Cooley I did. And I think that that's why it was so iconic.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.
So I have again, people who come on my show, that there are 5 movies that if they have not seen, they can't come back to do my, straight up.
Really?
I've had people come, if you ain't seen Coolie High or Car Wash, you cannot come back and do my show.
Yeah.
Unless, I pull black cards. I do. I'll bust you on the show. I say, you can't come, I would tell them, you cannot come back on this show unless you have seen these 5 movies.
Yeah.
That's it. And so Coolie High and Car Wash are 2 of those movies. I tell them, I said, no, I don't care. They like, Coolie High, man, that's so long ago. I was like, y'all still see Casablanca?
Yeah, you see? You see?
I said, I don't want to hear that.
That's right.
I said, no. I said, so that's one of them. When you think what, and before I ask the question, I'm quite sure it's going to be something a lot of us haven't seen. I ask music artists all the time, when I ever ask them what's their favorite album, typically it's an album that a lot of people didn't hear because it meant something to them. For you, what would you say, all the things have you done? Movies, television, stage, all of these things. What was the most satisfying and fulfilling role for you?
Well, I've been blessed to have been a part of some wonderful, wonderful projects, bro. You know, we started out with Cooley, which was a satisfying, wonderful role, and it had a combination of everything: comedy, adventure, you know, tragedy. You know, so I was able to play all those notes in that. You know, and of course, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is a wonderful piece to be a part of for various reasons. You know, A Different World. The character, Colonel Taylor, put me in a special place because I can't tell you how many people have come to me and said, if it wasn't for you and a different world, I wouldn't have gone to college. You know, so to be a part of that legacy is heartwarming, you know. But I'll tell you, Roland, I don't know how it's going to come out, and I don't know yet what impact it will have, but I know the impact that it's had on me. Playing a character named Mose Wright in a project that I just finished not too long ago. In a series called Women of the Movement. And the first series is about the Emmett Till story. And it's told from his mother's, Mamie Till
Mobley,
point of view. And I get to play Mose Wright, his uncle, who was responsible for him going down to Mississippi from where, and whose home he stayed in until he was dragged out of his home and defiled the way he was. I tell you, I don't remember of late or in some time a role that has impacted me the way playing and getting the opportunity and the honor to represent this man's story in telling this iconic story of our Black experience. We had 4 women directors that were just amazing, you know, and a script that is amazing, and I can't wait for your public to see this story. Please do not miss Women of the Movement.
what would you say was the absolute most fun, just outlandishly fun? I think I know what it is.
Wait.
I'm let you.
I tell you what, I had a hell of a lot of fun doing. I mean, Cooley was, of course, fun. It always makes its way to the list of most things. But I did a movie with a dear friend of mine named Max Julian. And we did a movie called Thomasine and Bushrod. And I got to play a Jamaican or West Indian cowboy named Jomo. And Jomo was bad, you know. Jomo was a bad dude. And we had so much fun with Vanetta McGee, Max Julian, Jason Bernard. I just had a great time doing that film.
I would say, again, outside looking in, your character on House of Lies is Don Cheadle's daddy.
Oh.
You acted a fool on that show. They did not let you play the old black man. You like, now look, you were a little frisky.
I got a little frisky. got a little frisky on that. House of Lies with Don, you know, Don was just great, and we had so much fun together, you know, and I was honored when he asked that, you know, they asked who he wanted to be his father, and he chose me to play the role, you know. And we just had a great time, you know. Kristen Bell, she's a sweetheart, you know, and a wonderful, wonderful cast, you know. And I got to direct all of the webisodes. They did several webisodes for that show, for Showtime. And I got to direct those, so that's always, you know, a nice bonus thrown into the cake, because that's what I do as well, you know.
What have you not done that you would want to do?
I'm working on my Western. I haven't done my Western. I'm working on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Now we got...
We're getting close to it, too.
So it's a Western.
It's a Western. It's a good old-fashioned Western.
Because we got, you know, sitting on the other side of that wall, Mr. Posse over there. So, but you said my Western. What What's unique about your Western?
My Western is steeped in things that they not necessarily do anymore. In other words, John Ford, great director, one of the big major characters that was always in the John Ford movie, along with, John Wayne and, Ben Johnson and all those other iconic guys. One of the stars of their shows was the backdrop.
Yep. The scenery.
The scenery.
Yep.
Was the life on the range, was the dust, was the wind, was the grime, were the twisters and the tumbleweed and all the things that, if you ever spend any time on the range, you've got to come to terms with. Those elements will interfere with your plans, enhance your plans, destroy your plans, put your plans on hold.
You're at the mercy of the land.
You're at the mercy of the land, And that's grit. That's true grit. And when I do my Western, that's part of the world that I will be addressing.
You say you're close.
I'm close.
For a person out there who is in this business, who wants to be in this business, what do you tell them that they must have in order to make it not a quick, successful career, but a long, fruitful one? What do they need?
My quick answer to that is an old saying I've got. It goes, a lean dog runs a long race. But all I mean by that is try and carry as little baggage as possible. Especially up here. Don't give yourself any unnecessary baggage. Because, first of all, you never know when opportunity will present itself. So you've got to stay ready to keep from having to get ready. And if you've got to...
Right. It's clutter.
Okay, get all that clutter out of the way.
It's hoarding.
The chance is gone.
It's hoarding.
It's hoarding.
See, I tell people, I'm not a sky cab. I don't carry luggage.
Yeah, see. See.
So I tell people, I don't carry luggage. I don't, because it is, because not only does it weigh you down, it then everybody around you, and I think it prevents you from thinking. It prevents you from
making clear decisions.
Or to me, baggage affects my creativity. It gets in the way. So that's, I mean, some of my folks I work with, they're like, man, you don't care about other people around you. I said, no, that's not true. I said, but when we come to work, I said, even when I'm at work, wife is not here. Parents are not here. Brothers and sisters are not here. I said, this is what I'm here
for.
This is what I'm here for. And if all that other stuff is present, I said that I can't be fully present.
That's right. And it may seem hard on some, and it takes its toll. Don't get me wrong. That kind of lifestyle does take its toll. So that's why I tell people, if you're not ready for this, don't get in it.
Right.
Don't get in it. You got to be in this because you can't help it.
Right.
What's up, y'all? Look, Fanbase is more than a platform. It's a movement to empower creators, offering a unique opportunity for everyday people to invest in Black-owned tech, infrastructure, and help shape the future of social media. Investing in technology is essential for creating long-term wealth and influence in the digital age. The Black community must not only consume tech, we must own it.
Discover how equity crowdfunding can serve as a powerful tool for funding Black businesses, allowing entrepreneurs to raise capital directly through their community through the Jobs Act.
Tashina Arnold said after Martin ended, she said it was another decade before she got another sitcom. She said, oh, I thought when Martin ended, I was going to go to the next one. She said it was a decade.
Yeah.
So for you, how have you dealt with, for lack of a better phrase, how have you dealt with rejection or no? How have you dealt with someone saying, you're not the right fit for this particular part? What got you through those moments?
Well, first of all, I spread it around and made it look like a big act. Okay, in other words, I didn't just stay with motion pictures. I didn't just do television. I did theater. I taught acting. So I kept my foot in the pool. I'd go where it was. I'm a stage actor. I come from the stage. So I don't care if it's 99-seat house, 99 seats to 2,000 seats. I've played, So I was always where the acting was so that I could keep my instrument strong. But at the same time, I let the industry know that she wasn't my only passion. You talked about what's it like up in those mountains. That's my other passion. What's it like training a horse? What's it like raising my kids to appreciate the outdoors? What's it like doing rodeos? And what's it like doing a summer camp and bringing kids in from the inner city who've never been outdoors and had that opportunity? What's it like presenting that? So I spread it around and make it look like a big act, in that my passion is not tied up in, I'm not defined by this one thing. I have the talent, thank God, that's been given to me, but the perseverance that goes with that or that serves that talent has to be adhered to, has to be nurtured, it has to be fed. And it's fed by my other experiences. You see, if I'm just in the world where I'm surrounded by just people in the business, say, well, where do I draw my next character from? But if I'm at a rodeo and I see a cat over there, and he's got on worn down boots and he's got on, saggy jeans, and there's a character. There's a character I can study. There's a character I can get to know. There's a character I might have to play one day. You see what I'm saying? So I'm always in the business, but I'm not always of the business. And that has helped me keep some sense of sanity, and I guess that's as good an answer as I can give to that question.
How'd you meet Aretha Franklin?
Aretha and I met as a result of a friend of mine named Ben Vereen, whom went
Uber talented.
you got that right. Who went to high school. He and I went to Performing Arts High School together. The Performing Arts High School is now called LaGuardia. Back in the day, it was on 46th Street. And Ben and I went there. And we remain friends to this day. And he was performing at a benefit for Jacqueline Onassis at the Mark Taper Forum here in LA. And asked me if what you doing? I got a show tonight. Let's do it. You know, we roll. And while he was preparing in his dressing room, I stepped out and there was a young man standing near the stairway, and he recognized me. He said, "Oh, Glynn Turman." And he said, I said, "Yeah, how you doing?" He says, "Oh, my mother just loves you." You know, Cooley had been out and so on and so forth. I said, "Oh, great." I said, "Who's your mother?" He said, "Aretha Franklin." I said, "Oh, whoa." I said, "Well, where is she?" She said, "She's up here. Come, let me introduce you." And he took me backstage to her dressing room. And she was standing in the mirror in front of, you know, the lights go around the star mirrors, and dressed in white and getting ready to perform. And she was standing up and she saw my reflection in the mirror and she gave a little, you know, and I gave a little,
The mutual admiration.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we met and there at the theater that evening, and she expressed at that time that she wanted to. She had moved to California and she wanted to take lessons in acting. She wanted to do some acting. And I was, like I said, I teach.
Right.
You know, I've been teaching for 12 years. You know, and so I said, well, I teach acting, and if you want, come down to my classes. I didn't think she was going to come to the class. And one evening, the class was very disruptive. They were all at the window. You know, "Hey, get back here. You know, come on, we got a class. What are you doing?" "A limousine just pulled up. You know, a lady got out in a fur coat." I said, could this be? And sure enough, she walked into the class. And my first reaction was, "You're late." And
you told the queen she was late.
She was.
You wouldn't let her know I'm a teacher.
I'm serious. And I think that's what she came to find out. Was I serious? And I was. And so we became serious.
Serious enough when you got married.
That's as serious as it gets.
The queen was special. We had a relationship. She was a news junkie. And man, she would text me. First of all, and she also was a night owl. My God. I'm in the bed, and mind you, I'm on live at 7 a.m. My phone rings, it's 12:45. I'm like, me and my wife in the bed, I'm like, now mind you, I had to get up at 3. I'm like, who the hell is calling me from a 248 phone number? I was like, answer the phone. Roland, Aretha. Oh, that segment you on tonight, she just started talking. I'm trying, now do I need to tell the queen my ass is asleep? Then I go, well, here's the queen. So I guess I better get the hell up and talk. Man, that's how it was.
But people don't realize how great she really was, how diverse she was, you know, and how smart she was.
Yes.
Very smart, you know, very astute, you know, and hilarious, you know, really had a funny bone that was really.
But also loyal in the sense that, she came to Constitution Hall in D.C. And my nieces wanted to meet her at a speech. And so she said, Roland, you coming to the show? I said, Queen, I said, I got a speech. I don't pass up checks. And I said, but my nieces would love to meet you. So she said, it's not a problem. So she said, I will leave. Because my wife is also a Delta. She said, I'll leave 3 tickets, no problem. So I get a speech. And so late at night, I hit my wife. I said, hey, how'd it go? She said, well, they never got a chance to meet them. Like, what happened? She said, well, Michelle Obama, First Lady, came to the show. Attorney General Eric Holder came to the show. And then Secret Service cleared everybody out backstage. And I said, well, did you call a grandson? Like, yeah, but we couldn't get him on the phone. I was like, oh, and they were disappointed. Saturday, phone rings. Roland, Aretha, Queen, how you doing? What happened to your nieces? Well, my wife told me, Secret Service. She says, what'd you say? I said, well, Secret Service cleared everybody out. Why should they try to reach the grandson? Couldn't reach him. She says, let me call you right back.
Somebody in trouble.
10 minutes later, she come back. I was finished cussing out my grandson. And she said, I want to apologize for him, what he did. And I made clear to him that I don't care if the First Lady or the Attorney General or the President of the United States comes to my show. If I tell you to take care of guests and I want to see them, you are to take care of them. And she said he should have answered his phone and he should have brought them back regardless of what the Secret Service had to say because it's my show.
And that's that.
That was the Queen.
That's that.
I was like,
Ro,
wow.
We're in London. And she's going to sing for the Queen Mother of London. And Lady Di, Princess Charles, and a jam-packed house. Sammy Davis is hosting the show. Queen Mother is in the booth up there. Place is jam-packed. And Sammy comes on and he says, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you have your royalty here. Queen Mother, Prince Charles. But we have royalty in America as well. We have the Duke of Ellington. We have the Count of Basie. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the Queen of Soul. So Aretha brought the house down.
Wow.
That's how he introduced her.
Wow.
Brought the house down. The Queen Mother and everybody had to stand up.
The Queen Mother had to stand. See, some folk on a whole different level. That's why when you were talking about Sidney Poitier, sort of like that look that you had when he greeted Dorothy Dandridge. All these years I never met Sidney. And then when they announced that he and Harry Belafonte were going to present at the Image Awards, I called Harry and I said, I got to meet. I've never met Sidney Poitier. And it bugged me that I never met Ossie Davis. I met Ruby Dee.
Yeah.
Got a chance to talk to her many times.
Yeah.
But not Ossie.
Ossie was cool, good.
So they come out stage to present. Everybody, the show's going live. I get up. I said, I'm going back. I'm not going to miss him. So I didn't care about presenting. I get up. I go backstage. So I'm waiting for them to come off. And he comes off. I just walk up. Mr. B sees me. Roland. He introduced me to Sidney. And I said, Mr. Poitier, finally glad to meet you. No, we've met before. I'm like, no. I would remember meeting you. He said, no. You and I have met before. And I go, How? I know you through television. And I just crack up laughing. And they walking him out, and he stumbles, and I catch him. And so I put my hand, and so I walk him out to his car. So about a month later, my phone's blowing up. TV One is emailing me, calling me, Roland, see the police trying to reach you. I was like, well, give him my number. Why the hell y'all calling me?
Right.
This Sydney party.
Right.
This ain't like this Sydney Jones.
What part of party?
I was like,
don't you understand?
Give him my number.
Right.
So they give me the number. So I call, and and it was his office. And he comes on, and he said, I want to thank you. He said, I just had surgery. I was still unstable. And so I want to thank you for holding me up and walking me to the car. And he then begins to say, I want you to know, he says, wow, I enjoy watching you. I'm sitting, and he says, there's no backup in you. Glynn, I'm stopping this same thing. You talking about royalty. This is Sidney Poitier telling me what he appreciates about me. Doc, I'm about to start welling up. So I have to go like into my reporter mode. So when you in your reporter mode, you have no emotion. You don't feel, you see and you report. So I immediately just open my laptop up and I just start transcribing what he's saying. Otherwise, I'm about to just
give it up.
Poitier. This is Sidney Poitier.
Hatred on the streets, a horrific scene, a white nationalist rally that descended into deadly violence.
White people are losing their damn minds.
As an angry pro-Trump mob storms the U.S. Capitol, we've seen shootings.
We're about to see the rise of what I call white minority resistance.
We have seen white folks in this country who simply cannot tolerate black folks voting.
I think what we're seeing is the inevitable result of violent denial.
This is part of American history. Every time that people of color have made progress, whether real or symbolic, there has been what Carol Anderson at Emory University calls white rage as a backlash.
This is the rise of the Proud Boys and the Boogaloo Boys. America, there's going to be more of this.
Here's all the Proud Boys, guys.
This country is getting increasingly racist in its behaviors and its attitudes because of the fear of white people.
The fear that they're taking our jobs, they're taking our resources, they're taking our women. This is white fear.
When you described going down that hallway in Cooley High, when you talked about people coming to you with college, talk about what black love feels like. When what I just described with Sydney, when it's happened to you, when people, and you don't know, and you've never met, and they embrace you and hug you. I don't think folk who aren't in our position really, there's nothing like that.
Nothing like it.
Love.
Nothing like it. Nothing like it. You know, I was just talking with my friend publicist over here, and Lillian was saying, boy, you know, this Ivy Park campaign that you're on now, you know, has really blown up, you know. I said, yeah, I said, it has. I said, you know, and I'm not big on Facebook or Instagram. I don't even have an Instagram, you know. I said, I do have Twitter. I said, God, all these followers and tweets and retweets coming. My God, you know, they just keep coming now. So she's saying, yeah, a whole new generation is being introduced to you through this campaign, you know, and it has been. And some of the things that are being said are so touching because they're saying, you know, we want to give you your flowers now. You know, you've been in this a long time, which I have, you know, and they're saying that I represented them well. And there's no amount of money that can buy that kind of gratitude, you know, that and the feeling that I have as a result of hearing that. So that coming, and you know, if it's coming from your people,
That's right.
That's like, or I feel like saying, look, Mom, on top of the world, you know. You know, it's special.
For me, I've had the joy of having both of my parents here, and them getting to actually experience it.
Yeah, you're a lucky man.
And that's the thing, that is probably what I really appreciate. So look, I had parents who never went to college. 5 kids, never made collectively more than $50,000 in a year. And to be able to see it, experience it,
see your son
people
do
come
his
up
thing.
to them and say stuff. That for me a lot of times is even more important than when.
Absolutely.
To me, that they get to feel that and experience it.
Absolutely. Well, my mother put me on this track. As I told you the story is how that happened, you know, and she didn't live to see the outcome, you know. But I know she sees it from where she is, you know, and I just can't. She's of course in my heart always, and I'm always mindful of that, you know.
Last question for you. As you were just talking about that, Quentin Tarantino recently gave an interview where he said he will never do anything for his mother.
Never what?
Never do, because...
Anything for his father?
For his mother.
For his mother.
Because when he was young, she said he would amount to nothing through his writing. And he said he yelled at her, and he said it was painful to him that his mother would say that. And he said, I would never, I think he said he bought her a house, but I would never do anything more for her with that. You talked about your mother and what sitting with her and going over those lines for your audition and what she introduced you to. As a final point, there's a parent who's watching, and that parent has other intentions for their children, but they don't fully embrace what that child is passionate and wants to do. Talk about just the value of a parent, not saying what Quentin's mother said, but a parent saying, baby, if that's what you want to do, I'm going to help you get there. How important is that?
Well, I've been on a couple of ends of this, being a parent myself, grandparent, and having been a son. Now, like I said to Mom, I got a baseball game on Saturdays. You know, if it gets in the way of the baseball game, I can't do it. She explained that it could interfere with the baseball game.
You loved baseball.
And I loved baseball. Jackie Robinson, don't forget, I'm from the Jackie Robinson generation.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted to be Jackie Robinson. She said, you know, there's that actor that you like too, there's Sidney Poitier fellow that you like in the movies. You know, he's going to be in it. You know, I said, well, you know, I don't know, Mom. I said, we got, you know, with the PAL. You remember the PAL? I don't know if you remember PAL.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with it.
Police Athletic League.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was important to me. So she never said, you know, you got to go do this, blah, blah, but she made it attractive. She said, well, if this happens, we might get to go on a train and travel some other places. Now, I also was very curious kid and wanted to travel. You know, that was a passion of mine as well. So she found a way to influence or point out what could be the beneficiary.
Expanded your horizon of the opportunity.
Exactly. And I also knew that we were in dire straits in terms of financially, you know, that things were not as stable as hopefully they could have been. And that there was this element attached. So for a parent to know how to present a situation, an opportunity to your child, you know, is very important as to how you approach that, you know. And the one thing you can't do, and I learned this, is you can't want something for someone more than they want it for themselves.
That's right. They've got to want it.
They've got to want it. You know, that can be a dire mistake, you know. So in presenting the things that the opportunities that I liked, you know, oh yeah, get to travel. And that was one of the high points of the whole thing for me, was going on the train, got to go to Chicago, got to go to New Hampshire, got to go to Philadelphia, you know, and that whole thing, and looking out the window and seeing the country go by and the whole thing. These are things that I still remember.
You've certainly have had your dreams come true, and maybe a little bit more than that. So whether it's acting, whether it's being a cowboy, whether it's being a big-time golfer, I've enjoyed it. Glynn Turman, I appreciate it.